action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. And first, let me just say happy St. Patrick's Day. I've got my green on for the day. Hopefully you do too, and hopefully it'll be a good one. Now, we've got a lot of news to cover, so let's just jump into it. And first, let's go over the latest cancellations and postponements due to the coronavirus related to pop culture. So first of all, it was announced yesterday that WrestleMania would be going forward, but without an audience. They're moving it from the Tampa Center to their training center. I believe it's in Orlando, Florida. If you watched SmackDown last week or Raw yesterday, you'll have seen that they were doing those shows without audiences, and they're going to be doing the same with WrestleMania. Now, one other thing I wanted to note as far as a postponement is the Black Widow movie, which was slated for release on May 1st, has been delayed. No new release date has been given by Disney. Most movies are being delayed right now. Most big, at least the big movies are, the studios are pulling them because they don't want them, being released during this time where nobody's going to the movie theaters. And in fact, most movie theaters themselves have been closed. I believe both Regal and AMC have announced that they're closing their theaters across the United States. So it's just right now not terribly feasible to go out and actually watch a movie. Now, some studios, and a little bit of good news, some studios have started to move new movies that have just been released in theaters. They are actually going to start releasing them on home digital release. So Universal was the first one to kind of start doing this one with movies like The Invisible Man, which I've not yet seen, but I've heard is actually pretty good. It was just announced today by Warner Brothers that they're going to go on and release the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie, which has been out in theaters for a few weeks now, but that is going to see a home release on March 24th, so by the end of this month. And then Black Widow, Disney's Black Widow movie, as well as New Mutants. It was announced last week that the New Mutants movie, the last 20th Century Fox movie, Marvel movie, was delayed. And now just today they announced that the Black Widow movie was going to be delayed. Disney has not announced any plans on releasing straight to home release. But, maybe they will follow suit, and maybe we'll see Black Widow get a straight to home release. I think it would be cool if they actually did it on Disney Plus. I mean, I think it would help increase the subscriber rate on Disney Plus exponentially if they release Black Widow on there straight to there. But I imagine if it does get some kind of straight to home release, it will be digital where you actually have to pay for it, maybe $20 or $30 to watch it at home. But right now the Black Widow movie is delayed, and we'll have to wait and see when or how they actually plan on releasing that movie. Okay, and then a piece of news that I forgot to talk about last week in regards to Masters of the Universe. So we got a look at the new Powercon convention exclusives. Now, Powercon right now is supposed to take place in Anaheim, California in August 8th through 9th. We'll have to wait and see if that still goes forward. It may very well end up getting canceled, but being it is later in the summer, we'll have to wait and see. But again, they did announce or show off their actual Masters of the Universe Origin exclusives that they're going to be doing. So they're going to be doing a She-Ra figure, which looks very much like the classic She-Ra with the real hair and everything. Almost looks like, a retro She-Ra figure, but I guess it's on the new body that they're using for the Masters of the Universe Origins. And then they're also doing a 5-pack, which is based on an original 5-pack of prototype figures that were designed back in the day for the original toy line. So that's what these figures are technically based on. And the 5-pack features figures of Merman, Beastman, He-Man, Skeletor, and Man-at-Arms. So it is using the new Origins bodies, but they do look a little bit different from the regular releases. And again, this is based on that original prototype 5-pack, which is actually called Lord of Power. And the 5-pack itself is going to be available for attendees at $200, so it is a little bit on the pricey side. And then the She-Ra figure is going to be $40. Mattel this past weekend at the Toy-Con convention showed off their figures for their Walmart exclusive Elite Collection Wave 77 figures for WWE. So this wave is filled with a number of classic characters. Since the convention, they've released official images, and the wave is going to include Classy Freddie Blassie, Ravishing Rick Rude, which was a favorite of mine growing up, AJ Styles, and Ronda Rousey. So again, that is the 77th wave of Elite Collection figures, which will be sold exclusively at Walmart stores. For you RoboCop fans, Hiya Toys is going to be doing an Ed 209 for their 1/18th scale or 4-inch line of action figures. It is said to have sounds. It is going to cost about $40 and is due out in May. And that figure is currently available for pre-order at our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. This weekend, Hot Toys held a DC All-Stars event where they showed off a number of new figures. So first of all, they showed off their Batman figure from Batman Forever, which is, you know, if you're a Val Kilmer fan, one you might be interested in. And then a couple of new Wonder Woman figures from the new Wonder Woman 84 movie coming out. Well, it's supposed to be coming out this summer. We'll see if it stays on release or ends up getting delayed. But we're getting regular Wonder Woman, which basically looks like, you know, her Justice League or the first Wonder Woman, you know, the outfit that she's been wearing in the various DC movies. And then we're also getting Wonder Woman in that gold eagle outfit, which looks really good, with the, you know, basically metallic gold all throughout the figure. That one's definitely a nice one. And then for Batman Arkham Knight, they are doing Harley Quinn. So that is the latest figure they're doing for that one. And again, that figure looks pretty good to me. No release dates or anything have been given out yet, but that information should be coming soon. And while we're on the subject of the new Wonder Woman movie, we're also getting a new SH Figure Arts version of Wonder Woman, again wearing her basic outfit, so very similar to the other Wonder Woman figures that we've gotten from the previous DC movies. But overall, the face sculpt looks pretty good here. This figure was on display at the La Mole convention in Mexico City. So this image is via Cerati. If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, I do apologize. But again, this figure was on display at that convention in Mexico City this past weekend. And then for the final bit of news I have for you guys today, it's on the Marvel Legend front. It is a rumored list. It's another rumored list, so this has not yet been confirmed by Hasbro. And I would actually recommend you treat this more of a rumor than the usual list that I've been bringing to you, just because I've not been able to further confirm this from any additional sources at this time, nor have I ever heard of the source of this rumor. It's from a distributor, an overseas distributor that goes by the name SD Distributors. And there's just some things on the site, some images I see them using which aren't like official images and stuff, which is kind of odd. And generally with these kinds of listings, they don't get as specific as what we're seeing on this website. So again, while I'm going to share the information with you, I would recommend that you do treat this purely as rumor at this time. But the first listing that they had of note was for the Marvel Legends Spider-Man retro figures. So we do know this wave is coming. It was officially announced by Hasbro during Toy Fair back in February. And we know 3 of the figures for sure that is coming for the wave, which is the Peter Parker figure, the Gwen Stacy figure, and the Spider-Man, the newly sculpted Spider-Man figure. And these are going to be on the card backs that look like the old 5-inch Toy Biz Spider-Man figures that were based on the animated series. And then we've seen rumors indicating that the remaining 3 figures in this wave would be Electro, Daredevil, and Green Goblin. And I do feel pretty confident that those are the 3 figures that will round out this wave. However, this distributor gets even a little more specific and goes into more details about the Daredevil figure, listing it as the Armored Daredevil. So I hope that is the case, that is the one I'm hoping that they do, the black and red armor that he wore back in the 90s. I always liked that look for the character, so I would love to see them do a Marvel Legend figure. But again, very specific. You know, usually with these listings, we see code names and stuff like that, and these guys get very specific, naming it the Armored Daredevil. So, like I said, I do feel that definitely the wave is going to have 6 figures, and I feel pretty confident that the remaining 3 figures in the wave will be a Daredevil, an Electro, and a Green Goblin. But whether it's the actual Armored Daredevil or not, I hope so, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, and then the final 2 listings from this distributor of note are 2 X-Men 2-packs. So the first one features the first appearance Storm figure, which was confirmed by Hasbro during Toy Fair. They showed that figure off, and that figure will incorporate the new seamless joint technology that some of the new figures will have. And they said at Toy Fair that Storm, they did make indication that Storm might see some type of release other than a single card release. and that it would be a Target exclusive. So this site is listing it as a 2-pack. So assuming this is correct, I would say the 2-pack will be a Target store exclusive here in the United States. Again, this is an overseas distributor, so it's possible that outside of the U.S. it's gonna the 2-pack is gonna see more of a general release. But here in the U.S., again, assuming this is correct, it should be a Target store exclusive. And we know the Storm figure is coming, but the second figure, which has not been confirmed by Hasbro, it makes sense, it's logical, but again, no word from Hasbro whether this is actually going to be the case. But they're listing it a 2-pack with the first appearance Storm, and then Thunderbird, which is really kind of the remaining character that we need to round out that first appearance giant size X-Men team that first saw the characters like Wolverine and Colossus and stuff. Now Banshee is another one. We could use an updated Banshee, but I believe, if I remember correctly, Banshee actually wasn't in that actual issue where the team first appears. So technically he's not, he came in, joined up with the team soon after, but technically he was not in that first giant size X-Men issue. But nevertheless, that's what the rumor says, and we'll have to wait and see. Again, it certainly makes perfect sense, very logical. We know Storm is coming. Hasbro did indicate that Storm probably would come with at least one other figure, so we'll just have to wait and see if it actually turns out to be Thunderbird. And then the final set is another X-Men 2-pack, this one featuring the modern Rogue figure, which again was confirmed by Hasbro at Toy Fair, so we know that one is definitely coming. Now with that one, they did not tell us in any shape or form how that figure was going to be released, but according to this listing, it is going to be released as a 2-pack, and the second figure in the set is going to be Pyro, at least according to the listing. So I don't know what version of Pyro, classic Pyro, or did a Pyro figure early on, so they might be doing an updated version. We'll have to wait and see, but again, based on these listings, that is what this 2-pack is looking to shape up as. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about. Let me know in the comments section below. Everybody, please stay safe out there. Definitely, with all the coronavirus stuff going on, it's crazy times out there. And like I said, everybody stay safe. And until next time, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.